Greetings, fellow cyberdogs, fellow hunters, and fellow squatchlings, and welcome once again to The Hunter with the Lakaba, where I am out to prove some points in terms of hunting by playing one of the most realistic hunting simulations available, and it is free online to play. You will come equipped with a snazzy pair of hiking boots, a snazzy pair of ripstop knee protection pants, and a nice t-shirt that says The Hunter. Now, if you do end up getting a membership to The Hunter, because it is free to play, but with memberships you can get access to more animals to hunt and things like that. You can also end up with, for instance, this snazzy baseball cap I have on. But my point is I want to bow hunt with a recurve bow with no sights on it, using classic broadheads and classic hunting techniques that were used by me and my forefathers in time immemorial, and prove that it's possible to kill pretty much everything with the bow, number one, and number two, to do it close up and personal without dressing up in ghillie suits and painting yourself up funny and saying prayers to ancient archery gods. Well, we may do that part, but alright, so what we're going to do is, here in camp, of course, F2 will allow us to change our view, but only in camp, and this here, of course, is our hunter mate. Now, the hunter mate will allow us to track animals and to follow sounds, and basically it will be a stand-in for the many senses that we unfortunately do not possess doing a computer simulation. Now, if I pull up my inventory, what we're going to be packing today is we're going to be packing our standard recurve bow. It has a draw weight of 80 pounds. We're going to be carrying our recurve arrows with razor broadheads. For backup, we're going to be carrying a pistol. I do have a scope on it just in case we get a chance at a long shot on something interesting, and standard recreational ammo, sporting ammo. Carrying with us, we're going to, number one, have our bleat call for calling in deer. It's the sound that a doe makes. Blah. And we've got our wind tester. A little puff of that, we'll be able to tell which way the wind goes. This here is to help reduce our scent. And then down here, camping equipment will help us to instantly travel if we need to. Here is elk urine spray. Here is whitetail urine spray. And here's a digital camera. Now, I'm going to be hunting without a bugling call. Those people who hunt elk and do it with a bow, usually they have a bugling call. And what they do is once they hear an elk bugle, they'll find themselves a good spot to settle in, and they'll bugle to that elk. And what that will do, of course, is he'll take that as a challenge being issued, and he'll work his way into you, and you get a shot. I, on the other hand, prefer to stalk hunt until I find a location where there's elk presence. Find a good place where I've got brush out about, maybe 15 feet from me. Spray a tree with the urine, use that tree as my hiding point, and when the elk comes and he has to breast that brush to come out, by that point, while he's coming up to breast that brush, is when I draw down on him, and when his chest leaves that brush, you put the arrow right dead center mass, a little low, and hit them heart and lungs and take him out. Alright, so let us plan our journey. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull out our wind tester, and we're going to see which way the wind is flowing today. Alright. Looks, one more time here. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a Venturi effect over here by the buildings. Let's step out into the road and do this one more time. There we go. That makes a little more sense. So the wind is traveling that way. We look at the map, we will see, let me zoom out a little bit. We will see that right now the wind is traveling in that direction. We're actually going to be heading down to this stand down here. And so if we pull this guy up, we'll see now that red dot that I marked is actually down in the lower left corner. It's a little tough to see there. Let's pull up the map again. Right there. And you'll see now it appears down by the M on the 20M. Alright, and that's the direction we have to go. Now you'll see if I pull this up and I give that a squirt, you'll see that we're going to be traveling directly into the wind. Alright, so the next step is we are going to pull up our scent eliminator, and we're going to spray ourselves. Here we go. And we're just going to tuck that away. And now we're going to actually get our... we got that there. We got that there. That's all good. Okay, we're ready to rock and roll. Resume game. I don't want to take out any of the scents until I'm going to use them. Let's get rocking and rolling. So we're going to head for this. Now, those of you who may not be familiar with the game, this is a free-to-play game. In the free-to-play mode, you receive a 243 bolt-action rifle. You receive a scope for it and 3 boxes of shells. You receive a digital camera, a bleat call, and that's about it. And you go to work with that, and you can hunt mule deer and cottontail rabbits, and I'll tell you what, it is fun. It is great. It's so much fun, as a matter of fact, that, okay. Hold on, guys. We're just going to jog back into the perimeter. I mean, you can see Darkwood Lodge. It shows that it is a lodge. That's all that means. We're going to get back down here and pull up our inventory because somehow, and I'm not sure how, I managed to pull my binoculars completely out instead of there. So there we go. And you can see down here it shows how much weight we're carrying, about 78% of our capacity. There we go. So now back on our way. 7 minutes and we're barely out of camp. Let's stop running though. But yeah, you can hunt mule deer with the 243 and you have access to all 5 reserves and it's tons of fun. You know, if you have a good hunting technique, you don't need to have fancy camouflage clothes and all that stuff going on. You just need to know what you're doing. I'm kind of out to prove that, even though, you know, I had to spend money to get the bow and arrows. That is part of the free-to-play situation. You get the 243 in your ammo, and that's it. I got a 3-month membership. White-tailed deer. Use that way, huh? All right, here we go. Let's get to stalking. Now, we can use the left control to go all the way down prone or to a crouch. I'm going to be in a crouch. It'll help with my stalking. I'm going to start working my way towards this whitetail. Basically, I'm going to listen for him to grunt again. In fact, he's close enough. I'm going to give him one of those. And I am going to back trail. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull open my inventory. I'm going to grab my whitetail scent. Oops, I guess I can't put that in there? No. Oh, that's right. You can buy extra slots. All right, we'll pull that out then. I'm going to pull out my whitetail scent. I'm going to mark this tree. Just like that. Then bring this up. And you'll see when we go to our map here, that's real close to there. We're going to mark it on our map. No. Hold on. No, I don't want to fast travel. All right. I'll just mark it a little bit ahead then. I just want some sort of rough idea of where this tree is. Now, we can get back to our pursuit. But that's not the direction he was. That was. I wish there was a way to go back to information that it had given you. There we go. Now I should be able to drop a dot right behind us. There we go. See? Now that'll bring us back to this general neck of the woods on the way back. Now I'm not sure which way it was that we heard him. I thought it was up that way. I'm kind of waiting for another grunt. Okay, there was a doe. There we go. We're going to start creeping our way this way. Now I'm watching for brush. All right. I'm watching for brush. I'm watching for low areas like this. I'm watching for trees that are fairly wide. I'm looking for shooting points. Okay? I'm taking my time working towards the animals. I don't want to startle them because I'm stalking. Now I'm going to open up the map, and just a short distance ahead of me, I'm going to drop a marker. All right? And I'm going to make my way up to that marker until my center is directly over it. Just going to move slow and keep our eye open for movement. Okay, that's good. It's nice to pick that up. That's a doe, like I said. Okay, here's this nice low spot. I'm going to come right over to this tree right here, and we're going to mark it. All right. We've now got a point that we've marked and gone to, and we've got a tree that we've marked on the way back. That means if we follow our own trail back, there's a chance we'll encounter deer on the way home. That's what I mean by back trailing. Now, let's get going back the direction we were going here. The reason I wanted to pick this low spot is so that I can pick a good shooting spot. Do you hear him? You hear him? Straight that way, huh? Alright, so that's the direction that the deer will be coming from, you see. That's why I'm back trailing. Because it's not to draw the deer that are ahead of me. It's so that when we head back, we'll have deer hanging out in those areas. That was a buck. He's back up over that way, which means if we approach him, we'll be downwind of him. So that doesn't do us any good. We'd have to corner back, and I'm just not interested at this point in the extra journey. There's the doe right there. Let's get prone. Prone, 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 prone. See? There she is. I wonder if she's got a boyfriend with her. There we go. She'd have been lunch. She broadsided us. When I snapped the pictures, when I would have shot, I'd have taken her through the heart and both lungs, and she'd have been dinner. That's a great place to make a shot from right there. If you were to scent the top of that hill and then take a position on the top of the next hill, you'd have a beautiful clear shot. Shall we give it a try? Yeah, we'll scent this tree right here. No, that's not what we want. Okay. Not wind indicator. Come on now. Put on here. There it is. Okay, I don't know why I was having such a hard time picking that out. Walk right up to this tree and mark it. I mean, really mark it. And we're going to pick this up. Head up the hill. And what this is going to do is this is going to give us a chance. We're going to get right behind this little rise right here. We're going to make sure we're crouched. Hello, crouching. There we go. Crouch feels so high. But we need to adjust ourselves here so we've got a clear shot at our tree that we marked. There we go. We want to use this tree as some basic cover. What did I just hear? I hear something, but it's not setting off my tracker. Now, because of the direction that the wind is blowing, just switch over here so I can show you what the wind is doing here. I think what it is that the interface covers up the color of the caps, which you see blowing right in my face, okay? So that means that, as you can see, it's going to take it up that hill. And what that's going to do is hopefully it's going to pull those deer that are backtracking, and we're going to take the time to cover, to just reinforce our scent cover. And then just because we're going to put the camera back in place. So if we see something fun, we can snap a picture of it. All right, here we go. So down the hill is the spot, which means it can draw a deer in from all along there. As they come down that defile, we're going to have lots of clean shooting all the way until they walk right up there, especially right down there in that low spot. It's going to give us a beautiful shot. See if we can talk them in. Since we don't have to have our bow ready until something actually approaches. Oh, that was a buck. You're right up there. So now we're going to have to get our bow ready. In our crouch. Sounds like he might be coming down to investigate our smell. Right now I am in a crouch. I wish I had a little more field of view. But like I say, our good shot is on this side. And we don't want to expose ourselves on the other side of the tree since we know that our deer are likely going to come from that way since that's the direction the wind is. See, so I can kind of move and look and not have to worry about giving away my position to anything except what comes from this way. We're not worried about that because that's not what we're hunting. We're hunting what's behind us. I'm hoping that's that buck that we heard earlier on. So we're just going to be cool and... Oh, there we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Where is he? There he is. Now, is that shooting or what, fellas? That shooting or what? Like I said, yeah, there went another one running off someplace. Normally I would stay hidden and wait, but he dropped so immediately. Look at him, boys. Oh, he's got a couple of abnormals on one side. That's going to subtract from our score. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on both sides, so that makes him a 10-point. But then he's got, what is it, one single abnormal? Yeah, it looks like one single abnormal on that side. See? Put it right in there. It went right through both lungs, I guarantee you. Alrighty, well, he's a beauty. Let's bust out the digital camera here. Okay, just making sure it's in 5. There we go. Alright, let's get back to... Let's exit out of that. Get back to this guy. Oh, we got deer approaching our scent marker up there. That's what that's all about. Firm to kill. Trophy integrity, 100%. Weight, 90. A score of 124, which isn't all that magnificent, but its harvest value is 100, and that's what I'm happy about. All right, so to understand what harvest value is about, harvest value is about the usability of the animal. See, because this isn't about hunting for sport, though there is certainly sport to be had in it. Oh, did you hear that? That was an elk. Off up that way. He's upwind from us, folks. But so the point is that the harvest score is about when you killed the animal, how much damage did you do to the meat? How much damage did you do to the hide? How much did you wreck the usable portion of the animal? See, a lot of people know that gut shooting an animal is bad. Well, gut shooting an animal is bad because, of course, the animal takes a long time to die, and it's a very slow, lingering, unpleasant death for the animal, plus a tremendously long tracking job for the hunter. But on top of that, you'd rip up the internal organs. That gets all over the insides of things, and you can ruin a lot of meat. Because remember, you've got a arrow. That arrow passed all the way through him at that range. And if that had gone through his innards, it would have drug the contents of his intestines and stuff through the meat of the exit wound, you see, and so it paints basically a crap trail right through your edible meat. So, I mean, that's what that integrity is about. And so he may not have scored as some epic trophy buck. For me, he may not win any records, but he was a good, clean death. He died instantly. That's part of the harvest score. I didn't wreck him with my shot. That's part of the harvest score. And that's what we consider a strong, successful hunt. And it took us roughly 25, 29 minutes to track him and to take him. See, we just walked in, we followed. These are the hunting principles taught to me by my forebears. The people who grew up hunting in the 20s and the 30s and the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the thousands, okay? And it's very simple. Use the wind to your advantage. the animals are in a particular mode of behavior because it is mating season. Take advantage of that by either rattling horns, using male grunts, using female bleats, using urine. And I mean, that's old school Wisconsin, Minnesota hunting. But I'm just going to mosey our way back to our scent tree. We're probably going to startle off some animals. I've shot one. I'm happy. I don't need to go out and kill 100 animals. I'm not out to set any records. We're just going to see if maybe we can spot a deer, maybe take a picture of him. Because that was a good walk, a good stock, a good overwatch, and a clean kill. But all right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me for this recurve, no sight, close-up hunt following the methods of my ancestors taught to me when I was a young man. I'm 50 years old now, and I'd like to pass this knowledge along. And I'm so pleased that there's a simulator out there that allows me to use legitimate hunting techniques and hunt successfully. I'm a happy camper. I'm going to keep on walking and seeing what I see today. Y'all have a good one. I'm out. Peace.